You're listening to Catholic Chicago. Ahead, the Archdiocese of Chicago brings you programs about the people, events, and issues that touch our lives. Thanks for letting us be part of your morning. Now again, Catholic Chicago.
Good morning and welcome to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann, and we extend a warm hello to all who are listening on WNDZ 750 AM here in Chicago, and all who are watching our live stream on YouTube and Facebook at Catholic Chicago. As the world gets ready to ring in a new year in just a couple of days, Catholic Charities Executive Leadership Team has done an assessment of key moments in 2021 that have had the greatest impact on the agency and on the future of our strategic plan. As COVID-19 continues to greatly affect all of our programs and services, tough decisions continue to be made so that our agency can continue to focus on providing exceptional assistance to anyone in need and go on allocating our resources as efficiently as possible to remain as one of the largest and most effective human service agencies in the nation. It is our privilege today to welcome two members of Catholic Charities Executive Leadership Team to the Voice of Charity. And as we look back on 2021 with a year in review. Amy NOVORYTA is Chief Program Officer for Catholic Charities, and GINA CLEGGS is Senior Vice President of Operations and Innovation. And Amy and GINA work daily with Sally Blount, our President and CEO, to help implement Sally's vision across the agency, and both of them do a tremendous job at what they do. Welcome, Amy and GINA.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for having us this morning. We're excited to be here.
We're just delighted to have you. Thank you so much. Amy, may I start with you? You know, when 2021 started, business decisions were still being made on weekly and monthly COVID statistics. What were the goals of the agency as this new year began?
Good morning, Katie. GINA and I are really excited to be here with you today. And goodness, so the start of 2021, well, on a personal note, it was also the start of my time with Catholic Charities. I started in this role following in the footsteps of folks like Kathy Donahue, who'd been here for decades. I started in February of 2021. And, you know, our goals going into the year are, frankly, goals that have stuck with us throughout the year. We are focused first and foremost on supporting our staff, and Sally and our team talks a lot about sort of inverting the pyramid. What that means is putting our staff, and particularly our staff that are on the front lines, first. And so that has meant through June of 2021, so the first half of the year, we continued offering heroes pay to staff who went into the office, went into our housing developments, were in our community centers, in our senior buildings through the pandemic, through COVID. It also meant a number of different vaccination clinics and opportunities for staff to support them once the vaccinations became widely available. It meant increases for our staff going into the new fiscal year in July, and actually as we enter 2022, mid-year for us with our fiscal, mid-year increases again in January, recognizing just the impact, particularly that rising inflation and just the challenges of our current economy are creating. And, you know, coming into 2021, it meant ensuring that we could safely return staff who had been working remotely back to the office. You know, it meant, so first always is our staff. That's our job as the leaders of the organization. And that allows our staff to take care of our clients. So our clients came in and always will be first priority. I think too, Katie, you know, what's interesting, and you'll see as we talk about next year, we're starting to have more targeted ambitious and kind of more specific goals for different programs and services. But coming into 2021, they were, it's a hierarchy of need. It was support for staff, support for our clients, which again meant vaccinations. We were able to administer more than 10,000 vaccinations in spring of 2021. We've offered millions of dollars of financial assistance, direct financial assistance to clients to help them cover rent, utility, and mortgage expenses. And we ensured that our program doors continued to stay open safely and that we started to reopen programs that were shut down for a period of time. So staff, clients, and then finally, everything that we do is in partnership with others. And so we went into the year knowing that we wanted to continue to be good partners and also to build new partnerships, which we've been able to do at places, for example, like our Peace Corner out in Austin, where we're now we're one of the hosts for the West Side Sports League. We're engaging 30 to 40 youth every day at that site. And we couldn't do that without the sports league and the local police district as well. And so I think, our values shine through and the people shine through. So that's where we came into the year with a very clear focus.
And Gina, expanding on what Amy said, can you share with us what are some of the program areas at Catholic Charities that have been affected the most by the pandemic, either by the number of clients that we now serve or the way that the services are provided?
Yeah, I'll say at the height of the pandemic, the services that we provide are in person, we're on hand, just hands-on. And at the height of the pandemic, as Amy mentioned, we had to halt services in some of our programs. Some of those program areas were in senior services. As we know, seniors were extremely at high risk for COVID. So our adult day service program and some of our programs where we work with seniors. And in addition to that, youth programs, Amy mentioned our Peace Corner Youth Center. We did at the height of the pandemic have to halt services for that program, those programs as well. And even in behavioral health initially, we've had to, we have to go back to the drawing board and really think through how we redesign our programs so that we could, we could continue to serve clients. And so, the pandemic was extremely tough, but also in some program areas such as food, there was a high demand and high need, for food programs. So it's been a challenging year, but I think that we have worked very hard to reinvent our programs. And, the main goal is to continue to keep our clients and our staff safe. That is something that is front and center in everything that we do at the executive leadership table.
And some of the program directors had to reinvent how they provide services literally overnight. Can you share a few of those methods, Gina, that were truly inspiring, how they pivoted within hours so that, counseling sessions and food distribution never was stopped even for a day? Can you please share a couple of those methods that were used?
Sure. The first thing I'll say is that the agency, we developed a COVID response team, which I think was crucial in helping to support programs think through plans to reopen. We had safety measures in place such as temperature checks and screening tools, but also thought through a hybrid model for those staff who could, work from home for some days. We in the team, we worked with programs to come up with individualized plans for their program. So no program is the same. And so worked with the programs to really support them and think through in-person plans. We were able to be creative and think through, some innovative ways of us to, begin to open back up and to deliver services. I think one of them is behavioral health. The state of Illinois, relaxed their regulations for us to be able to do telehealth. At some point, we were able to secure funding to purchase telecarts. So if clients still wanted to come into our sites and still not be in person, but have a private space to, to participate in behavioral health services, that was something that we did. And for our food pantries, we thought through a drive-up model where clients could drive up or walk up and be able to get food. And then I can also think about our in-person suppers at our 721 location. We were able to purchase gift cards to local restaurants so that our clients could still get food. But we knew that the clients were still, if they gathered in person, that they would be still at high risk for COVID. So we were able to think through where clients were still able to get meals and be able to, to still have something to eat.
It is truly inspiring how much you two and your fellow colleagues on the leadership team have continued to accomplish for the agency. If you'll please bear with us, we're going to take a quick break here on The Voice of Charity and continue our year in review conversation right after this break. Please stay tuned.
As you think about year-end contributions, we at Catholic Charities thank you for considering a donation. 100% of every donation goes directly to our charitable work. Every donation allows us to continue to offer programs and services that affirm, strengthen, and empower those we serve as they work toward becoming self-sufficient. We are financially independent from the Archdiocese of Chicago, and we are proud of our Platinum GuideStar rating as a nonprofit. For more than 100 years, Catholic Charities has been helping homeless, hungry, and troubled neighbors in Cook and Lake counties. We would be honored to have your support in our 2021 year-end appeal. Visit CatholicCharities.net to donate or call 312-948-6087. The number again is 312-948-6087. Thank you for being partners with us in the mission of Catholic Charities.
Welcome back.
Es fabuloso verlos.
Dobrze jest znowu być razem.
It's good to be together again.
After so many months apart, pandemic capacity limits have been lifted, and we want to welcome everyone back to church. We can all pray together again. And listen as our choirs lift their voices in song.
We've been together in spirit.
And now, when you are ready, our doors are open wide.
Nuestras puertas están abiertas de par en par.
Nasze drzwi są otwarte.
And we're here to welcome you back to Catholic Mass.
At Catholic Charities, we fight hunger in Chicago throughout the year. Our 6 regional offices in Cook and Lake counties work together to offer sit-down and to-go meals to anyone in need. We deliver meals to those who are homebound, and our 8 food pantries offer 3 to 4 days of food supplies based on household size. Participants in these programs have the opportunity to learn about other Catholic charity services that strengthen individuals, families, and their communities. The challenges for those dealing with food insecurity are especially great during the winter months. To learn how you can help those who are hungry in your neighborhood, visit CatholicCharities.net or call 312-655-7525. That's 312-655-7525. Thank you for your generosity.
I am a seminarian.
The Church needs compassionate and well-trained priests to help guide each of us through life.
What inspires me, what draws me always to the priesthood is continue to see priests be a beacon of hope for other people.
You can play a part in the education of these young men as they prepare for a life of service to others.
I want to be that beacon of hope too, and it sets my heart on fire.
To support our seminarians, make your gift at archchicago.org/seminarian fund or call 312-534-7959.
Welcome back to the Voice of Charity. I'm Katie Bredemann, and it's my great honor today to be here with two members of Catholic Charities' executive leadership team. Amy NOVORYTA is Chief Program Officer, and GINA CLEGGS is Senior Vice President of Innovation and Operation. And before the break, ladies, we were talking about how Catholic Charities pivoted in so many ways in the last 18 months to deal with the pandemic. May I ask you, as we look specifically on 2021, what you guys consider to be some of the best moments of the year for Catholic Charities? May I start with you, Amy?
Sure, Katie. Gosh, some of the best moments for me are those small moments, which happen at Catholic Charities every day. I was just telling Gina before we started today, I received a text message this morning from one of our leaders working on the west side of Chicago, and she sent along a video of 4 of the kiddos that we get to work with at a holiday gathering outdoors, and they spontaneously, these 4 kids got into a group hug, and then you hear in the background the announcement that Santa had arrived, and the group hug burst into all 4 kids jumping while they still kind of held each other in this little huddle. I think just the joy in that video and the sense of community is something that we get to see every day. Just Friday, I was out at St. Francis of Assisi, one of our senior buildings, and we had a number of seniors, including one who had recently celebrated her 100th birthday, gathering in the community room to listen to live music from a local volunteer who comes a few times a year. He was singing some Christmas carols and some blues on Friday. And so I think, for me, the moments at Charities are the sense of connection and community that has sustained throughout COVID. And in some ways, we're kind of working to find it again. And then there are other moments where I think it's even gotten stronger as we kind of value and appreciate being together even more.
What wonderful images, Amy, to hold on to. How about you, Gina?
I echo a lot of what Amy says. It's always wonderful to go out to sites and to visit our staff and our clients and to see our staff really, they band together. Even in the midst of a pandemic, they show up, they're ready to serve, and they do it with such joy. And so that is something that always warms my heart and just make me realize how blessed we are to have such amazing staff that serve in a smile. I've seen in our Round Lake Schreiber Center in Round Lake, our staff and outside just really uplifting families as they put food packages in their cars from our food pantry. So it's wonderful really to see just in the midst of a pandemic how our staff have come and showed up and they show out every day to serve our clients. It's really wonderful.
And conversely, Amy, can I ask you to maybe describe some of the greatest challenges of this year? As Gina said so well, our staff make it look easy, but we know it's not. Can you share with us, Amy, what some of those greatest challenges have been this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in addition to, obviously, the first and foremost on our minds is always COVID and ensuring that we are keeping staff and clients and volunteers and interns and supporters safe. And so that continues to be top priority as this virus continues to introduce tons of uncertainty in our day-to-day. The other challenge that has emerged, particularly this fall, and I will say is the thing that keeps me up at night, is the workforce challenges coming out of the pandemic. And so Catholic Charities, like most other businesses and organizations, is facing the same challenges that a lot of other organizations are. And so that's showing up with staff shortages that's showing up, with vacancies that are persistent. And then, what happens is the staff on the ground who are already giving their heart and soul and working really hard day in and day out are asked to do more. And I think that as a leader in the organization, as just a fellow human who cares about her colleagues, is my biggest concern, and certainly I think the biggest challenge that we're grappling with. So I would say, I can say as a new employee, Catholic Charities is a wonderful place to work, both in terms of the sense of community and the people and folks that really care about each other. And it's a challenging place to work. No day is boring for sure at Charities. And it's a place where I am confident getting up to work every day that I am putting my skills to good use in service of a mission of charity and mercy. And so I guess what I would say, Katie, that's my biggest concern. I know that we have an incredible staff that's moving through this. And I would also say, if there's anybody listening that is thinking of taking on a new opportunity or knows somebody in their life that's thinking of making a move or starting fresh at a new organization, we're here and we'd love to have some conversation with you.
And all of those employment opportunities can be found on CatholicCharities.net, our website. And we would, as Amy said, love to speak further about that. That's a great invitation there, Amy. Gina, can we talk a little bit about the lessons learned from COVID across the agency and how, if any way, they have affected our mission? Can you talk a little bit about what those lessons are that the agency has learned?
Absolutely. I think, just during the pandemic, as we've mentioned, we've been, just keeping our staff and clients front and center. And I think we have a new set of operating principles in which we are living by. Inverting the pyramid, making sure that we keep our staff front and center, that we support those staff members and our clients and, our staff that are on the front lines. And I think also realizing that mercy and charity, they happen, just one heart at a time, one person at a time. And so I think that, that's something that we've learned. I think also just amplifying the impact of our work, focusing on areas where our Catholic identity, our network, and century of service make us unique and a valued partner. So we're looking, I think, at more partnerships and really looking at how we can partner more, but also, just strive to be the most trusted mission-driven human service organization in the Midwest, and living our values and our faith and being present in these times. And so I would say that those are kind of our renewed operating principles just coming out of the pandemic.
And Gina, could we ask you to share a client story or two that remind you of the importance of our work and that kind of sustain you in challenging days at the agency?
Sure. In our Youth and Family Therapeutic Services program, there was there's a partnership with the Office of Catholic Schools to provide some behavioral health services. And there was a mom who wrote in and really talked about just the tremendous work that Catholic Charities had been doing with her daughter, and how just even in the midst of a snowstorm, that our staff showed up to really help and to make sure that the services were being met. And this mother talked about just how a tremendous impact that she's seen in her daughter academically, socially, and just what a great impact that Catholic Charities has had on her life. And so those are those stories that, make you just appreciate what you do and how you are here to serve people. And I think another story is we've had a grandmother who had custody of her 3 grandchildren, who lost her job and was able to come to Catholic Charities to get food. And it was something that really helped her to get on her feet. And she was able to find employment and was really just grateful of what Catholic Charities did for her in her time of need. So those are always wonderful stories that just remind you, of just the blessing to be able to serve and to help people.
And it also beautifully articulates how we are a safety net to anyone in need any time of the year. Amy, throughout its history, Catholic Charities has been so blessed to have so many partners in our mission, all different constituencies across the city. Do you have a message for them as Catholic Charities concludes another historic year of serving people in need in Chicago and Cook and Lake counties?
Katie, goodness, my message is simple. I want to say thank you. It's a message of gratitude. I also want to say that we need you. We are a large anchor institution that's been here for over 100 years, and we cannot do this alone. And I also want to say that the future of Catholic Charities continues to be bright, and just welcome folks into the fold with us on this journey.
And that's a beautiful message indeed. Thank you, Amy. In the short time we have left, can I just ask you personally, you both have a tremendous amount of experience in human service organizations. What to each of you is special and different and unique and wonderful about Catholic Charities? GINA, may I go with you to you first?
Sure. What's special for me, and we've talked a lot about it, is our amazing staff, our dedicated volunteers and board members here at Catholic Charities. Just the spirit of service is infectious in our organization. You run into so many staff that are so just overjoyed to tell you their story about how they joined the organization, how long they've been here, and just the different roles that they've had. I absolutely love hearing those stories. And there's no place like Catholic Charities. Every day that you come to work, you're just always inspired by our wonderful staff, from a story or just a note of prayer. It's just a wonderful organization. There's no place that I've been that is like Catholic Charities.
Beautifully said, GINA. And how about you, Amy?
Gosh, Katie, I think for me, so I grew up in the Catholic Church, and the values of social justice are in my blood, both because of my family and growing up in the church, and that has driven my career, which has always been in human services and in education. And working at Catholic Charities, it's the first time that I've been able to kind of bring my whole self to the organization, in working at a faith-based organization where we can pray together. We can bring our faith into the room and be kind of explicit about the role it plays in our in who we are and how we approach the work and decisions. And that is just, I feel very blessed, and that has been, frankly, an unexpected joy and really special part about working at Catholic Charities every day.
Well, we thank you so much for all you do every day. You and the members of the rest of the members of the executive leadership team, and Sally Blount. Together, you guys are wonderful leaders for all of us, and we're so grateful to have you on the show today to articulate Sally's vision for the next year, and also wrap up this year in review and show how much has still been able to be accomplished despite the pandemic. So again, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
We also
wish everyone a happy holiday season.
Thank you so much, GINA.
Thank you, Katie. Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year to you both. We just also like to remind everyone that Catholic Charities year-end appeal is currently going on. We'd be so grateful if you consider us for one of your end-of-year donations. Please visit CatholicCharities.net or call 312-948-6087. We wish you, your families, and friends a very happy new year, and we invite you back again next week for another edition of The Voice of Charity. For now, this is Katie Bredemann, and we thank you for tuning in and believing in the mission of Catholic Charities.
Join us every Monday through Friday at this time for Catholic Chicago. You can stream our programs live or listen to past programs by visiting our website, archchicago.org, and clicking on Radio TV. And please connect with Catholic Chicago on social media.